Word Wednesdays. So, what are the topics that are up for discussion? It may be love, health, or career. We could discuss the struggle, your worth, or your fears. Word speaks about it all, and all are welcome to pull up a chair. I could care less about your age, race, gender, status, or geographical location. I am here to address these topics every other Wednesday. That's the word, and that's me. I know you all been waiting patiently to sit here with me and sip a cup of tea. The overall message is unity, world peace, and most importantly, LOVE. Welcome back to Word Wednesdays. You are here with me, Nina St. Cyr. I am the founder of Written Smith 101. If you would like to learn more about me and the services that I offer to the general public, please visit the website at www.writtensmith101.org, or you can find me at www.writtensmith101.wordpress. The topic that is up for discussion today is titled Growth versus Change. We will discuss the difference between growth and change. We will also discuss why change and growth are easily confused with one another. And we will also discuss how people act towards you in growth compared to how people act towards you in change. First, let's define growth and change. Growth is inevitable. This is a preordained plan to evolve in time, which is spiritually guided. Change is optional. This is the human's ability to use his or her free will. This is humanly guided. Now let's examine why it is easy to confuse the two. Change and growth are easily confused with one another because they appear to be the same. However, they are not. Humans can change sporadically throughout the course of their lives. However, this particular change remains flexible. Growth, on the other hand, is fixed, and humans do not have a hand in its determination. Only time does. The Creator is responsible for such a change, and when you attempt to rebel against such a change, you become uneasy spiritually. Now let's examine that once again. Change. Change is humanly guided, as I mentioned earlier. And we as humans sporadically change throughout the course of our lifetime. These changes are flexible. What do I mean by that? I mean that once a human has decided to change his or her lifestyle, that is his or her choice. However, the choice that is made does not have to be permanent. It can be temporary. Outside influences can make a person change again. All types of influences can make a person change again. For example, if a person says, I'm not smoking cigarettes anymore, that person has made the choice to stop smoking cigarettes. However, if this person is in the company of other people who smoke cigarettes, they may be influenced to smoke again. Now, many may say if you have self discipline, you won't go against your word. However, the human is weak when compared to the Creator. So, this person may not smoke a cigarette with these particular groups of people. They may be on the street one day and see someone smoking a cigarette and feel tempted to ask, can I buy a cigarette from you? Or do you know of a store nearby where they sell cigarettes? Do you know if I can find a pack of cigarettes for a cheaper price? Somehow, some way, they will try to negotiate. Some may even say, well, maybe if I only smoke a couple of drags, it's not that bad. Or maybe if I only smoke one a day, they'll go back on their word. It is not permanent. Whereas growth is permanent. Growth is permanent for the simple fact that it is not guided by human, meaning it is not determined by man or woman. It is determined by the Creator, and it is determined by time. Time is something that many people don't understand. However, many of us have gone through changes in our lives, and many of us have experienced growth. Those who have experienced growth can agree with the fact that everybody does not grow within the same time. That's why time is a very essential element when determining the difference between growth and change. Some people may say that the two are alike because a person may decide to stop smoking cigarettes because they feel it is time for them to stop smoking cigarettes. However, they may be tested along the way. But when that time does come for them to stop smoking cigarettes, they will stop automatically without question, without urge, without influence, without anything. Many people who undergo growth do not understand what it is. And there's no explanation for it at all. No explanation whatsoever. It is just something that occurs through time. And if you rebel against it, you become spiritually uneasy. And what I mean by that, it means that you know that something is just not right. You can feel it within your spirit. It's more like a feeling of someone who does something wrong and they have a conscience. However, in this case, it's not your conscience, it is your spirit that is telling you you have done wrong to yourself. Because you have gone against a plan that has already been preordained to you. And because of that, you're going to feel spiritually uneasy. Now, how do people act towards you in growth? And how do they act towards you in change? In growth, these people that surround you or who have surrounded you prior to your period of growth, they become confused. They become afraid and they become judgmental. In that particular order. This means once you have reached that level of growth, your associates, your family members, your friends, whoever you may have had within your circle prior to your period of growth, they're going to become confused because they cannot understand what is happening to you. There is no explanation whatsoever. You have no explanation. Even if they attempted to ask you, to you, everything is fine because you yourself are confused while going through this period. However, it's not a type of confusion that leads you to question. It's more of a type of confusion that leaves you to wonder, how did I get here? How did this happen? But you accept it, even though you yourself are confused. They are also afraid. They are afraid because they don't know what to expect from a person who is on this particular journey. You yourself may be afraid at times because, as I said, this is something that's permanent. And if you go against it, you're going to feel spiritually uneasy. Therefore, you must go with the flow. So these people who have circled you or been within your circle at some point in time in your life, they're going to become afraid. And because they are confused and afraid, they will then become judgmental because you will notice certain things will change. You will start distancing yourself between you and other people. Why? Because it is no longer of your spirit. And just as you will feel uneasy spiritually when you rebel against this transformation, you will also feel uneasy spiritually when you are within the wrong company. So you will purge. Now let's look at change. How people act in change. These people will become competitive, jealous, envious, judgmental. You may choose to sever some ties. It may be for reasons of growth or just for the simple fact you just want to distance yourself from people or a particular group of people. Although they may share some of the characteristic traits that those people who experience you go through growth with have experienced will display, such as confusion and fear. These people will be a little bit more aggressive. because they adapt a particular personality as you think you're better than me. In both cases, growth and change, these people believe you think you're better than me because whether you're changing for permanent or temporary reasons, people within your circle will always have a problem with this change because you have abandoned routine. There are people in this world who cannot abandon routine. I mean, they couldn't, even if their life depended on it, they just couldn't do it. So to see someone abandon routine leads people to wonder, who do you think you are? Or you're acting funny towards us, or you think you're better than us. When you are in the stage of growth, do not allow people to question you because they are questioning you out of fear. They are questioning you because you have done something that they refuse to do. And as I said, growth is within time. It is not that particular person's time. Therefore, you must leave this particular person behind. And you should not feel any remorse about it. None whatsoever. Now I'm going to wrap it up. I'll speak to you all in 2 weeks. Until then, be blessed, be prosperous,